Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll. I got rained out for a minute. Hello Bob. Want to be YouTube famous? Want to be YouTube famous? Huh? What do you think of this? Alrighty. So, I got some arches in. I ended up spacing them out about every 4 feet across that 28 or 29 linear feet. But in this drill, or in this video here, the only thing I was really after was to get these arches built in such a way that, zoomed in so there's my big finger, but right on the top, where's my finger? The top edge right there. I just wanted them all to be somewhat at the same elevation, because I am going uphill with this. But if I walk up toward them, you know, you can almost eyeball and see everybody is in range of being at the same height. The widths may be looking a little cattywampus, but that's not really true because I pulled a string on each one and they're all lined up. I'm going to be doing horizontal braces along the sides all the way up. Yeah, so I'll have braces going along that way, all the way down. I'll focus on the top edge at, like, if that's the peak, my first string of braces will be on like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And I will be laying those on the underside with tie wire or whatever. And that will align all the arches so that they're not misaligned as badly. And that'll correct some of the arches that look like they're a little out a little bit. But the reason why I'm putting the braces underneath is because when I pull the netting on the top, I'm not snagging on those bamboo braces. And like I mentioned, the way they're installed, it's got little about 8 or 10 inch long pieces of thick wall water pipe. I drove this thing in the ground to make my pilot hole for the black water line, and then I just drove the water line in with my dead blow there. One of the things that's really interesting is when you bend bamboo into a heavy arch like this, when they dry out, some of them will have a tendency to just crack and break. And I think I discovered why that's happening, because I'm using my machete here, and bamboo will have a fork of 2. You can just rake it off with a with machete, but if you're not careful and you cut it off and it peels off some of the outer membrane downhill from the here you go, here's an example. This right here is an example of where my machete came in and knocked off the bamboo limb, the fork facing me, but it also, the impact shaved off some of the outer membrane of the bamboo right here. Well, sometimes that can get real aggressive, and if you shave off too much of this and try to bend it, it will break right in here. So I corrected that with a different process about halfway through of making these arches. But I just basically got them temporaried in their position with duct tape for the moment. I'm coming behind myself and I'm going to zip tie or tie wire. That's what it looks like. I've got these beds, they're like 2 foot. These herb beds right here. I got strawberry bed there, and then I got active blueberries up there. Then over here, I've got 2 foot by 2 foot herb beds. They're staged up in the previous video if you watched it, but the way I was able to easily offset my grade of going uphill, just use a short section of log, level it out with another short section of log, then scrap lumber on each end for end capping, and I've got mulch stirred up in there with the dirt. The chickens are getting in here and obliterating everything, and also we've got a lot of blueberries coming on, so I've got to get this project wrapped. That's what it looks like from a side profile. I'm going to be doing and I'm holding the phone to help complement the I'm holding the phone level so you can see the grade and my challenges. What's up, Elvis? How's it going? Bookie and chickens. All right, guys. So that's what's going on there. It looks like it's turning out okay. The length of each arch from the previous video, we were discussing the calculus behind it. I started off with 20 feet to obtain the ellipse, where the center peak would be about 6.5 foot high, and I found out 19 foot worked better for me. I'm walking underneath this right now, and I've got about, I'd say 7 or 8 inches clearance over my head. But this end up here will be netted off. It won't be like an access point. It'll be netted off, but it'll be right in the middle, openable, so I can haul mulch in from up here and toss it as I need. That might be how I handle mulch. I'm not sure yet for future work. So the arches ended up needing to be about 19 foot in total length in relationship to my 9 foot width, in order to stay under 21 feet, because I've got a roll of 7 foot by 100 foot long, 7 foot wide netting. So I cut these bamboo arches at 19 foot, and I've got about 8 inches in the ground submerged over here, and about 8 or so inches submerged over here. So we're well within the boundary of total distance on one arch to be 19 off of 18, 17.5 foot. Yeah, that's about right. So I should be able to do one run of netting along the sides, and then cap it off with my third run of netting along the top, and close off the back. And then right here is the main entrance point for access, though. That's our path to walk up to get berries or to harvest any kind of herbs. Got 10 beds there. All right, guys, I'm going to get to bracing, because that's my next task. I've already mulched to where I feel like that's complete and good enough. Now I'm just going to get into bracing to where I have my forward and backward bracing. The arches are, for the most part, steady. So far I'm keeping everything fairly light, so we shall see. This is part 2. Go back and look at part 1 if you want to see this thing start. See ya. Bye.